So when we are seeing any planet in the 5th house, so we need to do the mantra. But for that we always need to see the 4th house as well as 9th house, because the mantra should not oppose the 4th house. Because by doing a certain kind of mantra, we can able to agitate our mind. Hello friends, today's video we will see how to use 5th house in our predictions. Putra Bhava, Mantra Bhava, how we can use that Bhava in our prediction. Look, 5th house is one of the most important house in our horoscope. Parasar has mentioned that 5th and 9th house are very important house and their lord are really a good friend of the Lagna. Any Lagna, you take any Lagna, the 5th and 9th lord are a good friend of the Lagna. Like if you are talking about Aries ascendant, Aries Lagna, you see 5th house Sun, 9th house Jupiter. Similarly, Capricorn ascendant, you see Taurus lord is Venus and 9th lord is Mercury, again friend of Saturn. So you see 5th house is a very important house and its lord is one of the most benefit. So what are the things we can see from the 5th house? So in a male chart, 5th house represents children, but in a female chart, for children we need to see the 9th house, because in case of women they are having garbha. So 9th house represent really the garbha. Okay, so 5th house is one of the most important house because it shows our creativity. Okay, our what we can say, speculation. We can see the speculative gains through our 5th house. Okay, it can, in case of a male chart, it can shows the children, and in general it is a mantra bhav. So we know that the karak of 5th house is Jupiter, which is a natural benefit, and you see 5th house is 9th from 9th house, so it is the bhavat bhavam of 9th house. It is the karma what we are assessing through our past life karma, because it is the 9th from 9th house. 9th house is your past life karma. Through 9th house we are assessing our past life karma. So 5th house is our future. In future we are assessing our past life karma. That is why 5th house is most important. Okay, so let us discuss how we can really use this in our prediction. Look, from ascendant, 5th house is the mantra bhava, putra bhava, it is the house of creativity. Okay, but when we are talking about talking of our mother, 4th house, so it is the second from the 4th house, so it shows the resources of our mother, it shows the family of our mother. So once a male had a kid, then his mother family is getting increased. It is the mouth of your mother. If someone having problem in the 5th house, so definitely his mother have some problem or some issue in his mouth. Okay, so from 7th house, when we are talking about the 7th house, you see 5th house is the 11th house from the 7th house. That 5th house is the gain of your marriage. So children are really the gain of our marriage. Like 7th house is the gain of dharma, 9th house, from 9th house, 7th house is the 11th house. So similarly 5th house is the 11th house from the 7th house. So we can say that it is the gain of our relationship, our marriage. So children are the gain of our marriage. If malefics are there in 5th house, so it really creates a problem in having children. Okay, when we are talking about our father, it is the 9th from the 9th house, so again it is the dharma of our father. It is the dharma of our father, so that we can have our future. Or we can say that it is the father of father, it is the house of your grandfather. So we normally say that or in India we do believe that there is an ancestral blessing is required when we are talking about our grandchildren. We are talking about our children. For having children or having or in a chart we are seeing that fifth house is having malefic effect, malefic influence, and there are difficulties in having children. Then we are saying that, we are telling that, or we are suggesting that you must appease your ancestor, because it is ninth from the ninth house. Coming back to the fifth house, you see fifth house is 8th from the 10th house. So it can really bring changes in your profession, because 8th house shows the sudden change. So fifth house, dasa, antardasa can bring change in your profession. Can bring change in your profession because it is the 8th from the 10th house. Okay, when we are talking of our elder siblings, like your elder brother, elder sister, it is the house of their spouse. We can by using the chart, we can able to know the different family members different thing. Like fifth house is the 7th from the 11th house, so it is the spouse of your elder sibling. So we can able to know about our elder sibling spouse using the fifth house of the chart. Similarly, when we are talking about our younger sibling, so again it is the third and third from the third. So it shows the efforts, or we can say writing skill, or we can say communication of our younger siblings. So from 11th house, you see it is the 7th house. And from third house, you see it is the third house. So we can use this similar way while decoding any houses. So fifth house is one of the most important house because it is the mantra bhava. Remember, fourth house is our mind, and second from fourth house is what we are feeding to our mind. So we can say that fifth house or planets is in fifth house should not oppose the fourth house, because your mind is getting affected. So we should not suggest any mantra that will oppose our mind. Always while taking a mantra, see what is there in the fourth house, because that will really affect the mind. Normally you think that second house from any house is the resources, or we can say sustenance of the house. It is the house of the food, what we are taking to make our sustain. Just for an example, like second house is the house of food. Why we are taking as the house of food? Because it will help in your sustenance. By taking food, you will able to sustain. Similarly, fifth house is the food of your mind. So mantra is the food of the mind, and it will stabilize the mind. So always choose mantra by analyzing the fourth house, fifth house as well as the ninth house, because it is all about dharma. Okay, so let us discuss, if we are having planets in the fifth house, then how we can choose a mantra. Okay, if someone has sun in the fifth house, so it is very good for the person to the Gayatri mantra or worship Lord Shiva. If moon is there, so it is all about Lord Krishna Bhagavan. If in case of sun, we can say he can worship Lord Ram. He can take the name of Lord Ram. In case of moon, he can take the name of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Bhagavan is really will help you. Taking the name of Lord Krishna will really help him. Or we can suggest that he can take the name of Ma Gauri. When Mars is there, Mars shows Ugra Devata. So he or she can take the name of Lord Rudra or Lord Narsimha Bhagavan or Kartikeya. He need to choose you need to give the native the options and the native need to choose which deity he or she actually really wants to worship. Okay, if Mercury is there, then it is Lord Vishnu. If Jupiter is there, then again we can suggest that he can worship Lord Shiva. If Venus is there, Venus is what we can say Ma Lakshmi. We can say that if Venus in the 5th house, so the native can worship Ma Lakshmi. If Saturn is there, Saturn it has mentioned that for Saturn we can use we can say that the native can worship Lord Narayan, or we can say Mahavishnu. If Rahu is there in the 5th house, so Ma Durga really need to be worshipped to protect our mind, because it is the fit to our mind. Rahu shows what we can say shocks. Okay, so we need to do the mantra of Ma Durga to protect our mind. For Ketu, we can say we need to worship Lord Ganesha, because Ketu shows mistakes, and Lord Ganesha is really help you to overcome all the mistakes what we can make. So when we are seeing any planet in the 5th house, so we need to do the mantra. But for that we always need to see the 4th house as well as 9th house, because the mantra should not oppose the 4th house. Because by doing a certain kind of mantra, we can able to agitate our mind. We will sometime have problems in our sleep by doing the mantras. So always to choose the mantra based on the 4th house, because it is the fit to your mind. Okay, then comes to the remedial part. If you are seeing a planet is there in the 5th house and it is creating problem in the native's life, and really we are not able to choose a mantra, so the best mantra for 5th house is Namah Shivaya. This 5-syllable mantra of Lord Shiva will really help you to overcome all the problems and get success in our life. Why I am suggesting that Lord Shiva Namah Shivaya mantra is, you just recall the story of Samudra Manthan. In Samudra Manthan, when the Visa is coming, when Asura and Sura or Devata, by churning the divine ocean, when they get the Visa, halal Vis, then Lord Shiva is the one who can able to drink that poison. Okay, similarly when we decided to take birth, then the churning of the divine ocean has started, and throughout our life we are having some good karma, and we are doing some good karma or bad karma, and we are again experiencing the past life karmas. So during the course of time, when the visa is coming in our life, so by taking the name of Lord Shiva will be there to drink the poison and protect us. That is the main motto. To take the name of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva Namah Shivaya mantra is one of the best mantra we can do regularly. So by doing this mantra, we can really able to protect our mind, because Lord Shiva give premium value to the moon, because he has in his head moon is there. Okay, so by taking the name of Lord Shiva, we are actually exalting the moon, specifically Somanatha. Namah Shivaya, Namah Somanathaya. So by taking the name of Lord Somanatha, it will really help you to exalt the moon, and our mind will be exalted. Our mind can able to sustain pressures. So friends, this is all about 5th house and how we can choose mantra based on the 5th house, and how we can do Namah Shivaya mantra regularly to protect our mind. Hope you like this video. Do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.